Alright guys, today I'm going to share my all-time top 10 favorite Missouri graves. Yeah, some of these spots are extremely interesting and have some really cool stories behind them. So let's dive right into it and let's go! Coming in at number 10 is Chuck Berry. Chuck Berry was born in 1926 and passed away in 2017. Chuck Berry lived in Wentzville, Missouri, which was a neighboring town to where I lived. Be on the lookout for this legend story. Coming in at number 9 is the Lemp Mausoleum out in Bella Fountain Cemetery. Most people in and around Missouri know all about this Lemp mansion and how haunted it is and the reason behind the hauntings. If you don't know, then stick around because I'm going to do a future video about this family. Coming in at 8 is Michael Finiciario, and I hope I said his name right, also known as Mickey Carroll. And if you don't know that name, then think of the Wizard of Oz. Think of the munchkin that led Dorothy to the yellow brick road. Mickey Carroll was handpicked by Judy Garland to play the part that he played in The Wizard of Oz. He was a St. Louis native and he never forgot that. He came back to St. Louis and he ran his family's business. Coming in at 7 is the Sarpy and Morrison family grave. You do not want to miss the future video on this. These graves have been deemed the most creepiest headstones in St. Louis. As the story goes, the mother, her name was Adele, grieved for her children so much that she went out to the cemetery and built shelters for her kids and also left toys for them. To this day, people still leave toys for them. Is that really strange, or is it just a mother who was grieving? Coming in at 6 is Daniel Boone. And before you say, oh, hold on a second, he's not buried in Missouri, he's buried in Kentucky. That all depends on who you speak to and the folklore surrounding his so-called grave. The people I've spoken to says he cannot rest in peace because he's resting in pieces between here and Kentucky. Be on the lookout for that folklore. Coming in at number 5 is Injun Joe, also known as Joe Douglas. Mark Twain wrote about him in Tom Sawyer. And right across the path from Injun Joe comes number 4, which is Mark Twain's family, the Clemens family. Coming in at number 3 is Robert Sterling Zumwalt. He is not famous, but I found out that I was related to him in the process of doing research on him. So that story in itself is fascinating and you don't want to miss it. At number 2 is William Clark. Now, you know, I don't think I was paying that close of attention in history class because I had no idea that this man was buried in St. Louis. Little Brenda was not paying attention in school that day because not only did they talk about Lewis and Clark expedition, but they also talked about how he held a political office in the Missouri area. So kids, pay attention in history class because you might learn something new. And coming in at number 1 is Earl J. Yount. He is not famous, but he was my dad. And I wanted to share just a little bit about him and brag on him a little bit. If you like this video, please share, subscribe, and like.